This is why I've not made this video since, because I don't want to go emotional. You will never forget that there was a time that they were sleeping under the staircase.
Put you in front of my melody. You are all that matters. You are all that matters. Oh, where. You are all that matters. Oh, where. You are all that matters.
Hi guys, welcome back again to the channel. You guys have already seen it that this is not just a so good video, because this is a very big, nice slap on my face that it will turn out this way, especially for someone who was once under my umbrella. I think what happened here is a case of someone thinking for you, thinking that, oh, you have done so much for me, I won't be disturbing you anymore. That is what happened. And that is what led to those children sleeping under the staircase for close to 1 month now. I've tried to beg the man in question, the caretaker, not even the owner of the house. The owner of the house is a widow. And she handed over the house to someone who is managing the house. So we've contacted her. She said that the caretaker is in a better position to handle the situation. Now, why were they thrown out of the house? They are owing rent, and their only crime in all of this is their inability to pay the rent and their inability to reach out to me on time, because I know that if they had reached out to me earlier than now, I am not God, but I know that if I get involved in the matter, it will not get to this level. As a matter of fact, they were not even the one that told me that they were sent out. I had to hear it from somewhere else, and I went there. I cried. I was heartbroken seeing Bobo and Isaac, David and Isaac, under that staircase. It broke me. It broke me. All I see in all of this thing is that after trying to ask questions and all of that, I found out that she felt I've done so much for them that they shouldn't be bothering me over their house rent issues. According to her, that they saved up money to pay, but her mother fell sick. She needed to save her mother's life first. Then the caretaker kept coming for the rent, and they kept procrastinating now, giving him hope that, oh, we are going to pay, give us time, all of those things. And until it got to the point where they had to use the Soludo boys. Yes, because that's the people they used to move them out of the house, forcefully push them out, not even a court order. I don't want to make trouble, because I know that if I want to make trouble, I know the kind of people I will involve in the matter, and it will get to another level where the man will pay so dearly for it. I know they are owing rent, they have committed a crime, an offense, but at least they deserve to be given time. I have begged him. I can't remember kneeling down for anybody in a very long time, but I knelt down for this man in a very open place, and I begged him. He refused to show mercy to this woman and his children. One of his excuses is that they said they don't want NEPA light. Yes, because their salary is too small. The boy is working at Umo'u, and he's helping to carry tiles and load tiles in the motor when people buy. Working under one man like that. How much is his salary? 40,000. The wife is teaching in private school. How much do they pay them? 35,000. Now, inside that money, that's where they feed from. You all know what Nigeria is now. A pinta of Gary is how much? It's just a very sad situation, and something that if they had showed mercy, I begged this man, give them the house. and let them keep managing where they are, because I know to get house in this environment, the wife's school where she's teaching is just a trekkable distance to the house. The man refused to collect the rent and said he should look for house in another place. And they have been under that staircase for God knows how long. If not that now I have a place, a temporary place for them to stay. And they were given 2 weeks. This is 1 week and 2 days now. It's just remaining 6 days for them to leave that place, the new place. Agatha, you didn't do well. Yes, in case you watch this video in the nearest future, you shouldn't have decided for me. You should have allowed me to decide for myself. I know that in your mind, you're seeing it that you are a burden to me. But I'm telling you that you're not. You're putting those children through trauma. Bobo is 3 years old. He will never forget that there was a time that they were sleeping under the staircase. This is why I've not made this video since, because I don't want to go emotional. That Bobo of a boy is a blessed child. I gave her hope when she was pregnant with that boy, and she had him. And since then, I loved Bobo from my heart. Agatha, you should have just told me that you were owing rent. That would have solved all this problem. You didn't tell me. You stopped any other person that would have told me. If not that their neighbor called and told me that, see, they are throwing these people's things outside, only for me to go there and see my children under the staircase. If you're close to me, this is not a good time for me to foot this type of bill. Anybody that is close to me now will know that I am not financially fit to foot their bills now. We have seen houses, very small spaces. Some will say it's 300,000 to pay 250. One room self-con. Some will say it's 400,000 to pay 350. Landlords are not smiling. I've tried my best to get them an accommodation, but I've not been able to foot the bills. We've seen houses, but to pay is the problem. And you know, it's not about paying, it's about getting something that they can continue paying for. And I want somewhere that they can still be close to me. I have my reasons why I said I want them close to me. One, so that the wife can still be trekking to her school. How much is 35,000 that they will pay her as a private school teacher, and then she will still enter transport to go to the school. If she enter transport with the current price of fuel now, she spend 500 or 400 every day for transport. In 2 weeks, that money will finish. Yes, and they will be left with nothing. And it will still boil back to what she was trying to avoid, which is troubling me with her issues. She have made the mistake of keeping quiet up till this time. I'm not blaming her, I'm not judging her. But she should have told me. Yes, she should have told me. Because if I had heard it, they came here, helped me to peel cassava the last time. I never knew that they came from under the staircase. Agatha, how can you be this? What kind of an introvert are you that these children, you're putting my children under stress and you couldn't even tell me? Anytime I remember thinking about it alone, it breaks me. If not that someone helped me now, and they are temporary in that compound. I need help. I don't want a situation whereby in 6 days' time, I'll have to keep going back and forth again. I begged the man, he's not God. I told him to his face, Oga, I will not beg you again. I have tried to avoid this, to solve this issue on my own without coming here. But God knows I am not financially fit for it. And I will not say, let me use Moniepoint for another person to solve their problem. I know why. Donation came for a certain man that fell from the coconut tree. I have to send the money to the man. Yes, because I don't want to use Moniepoint for another person, for another person's issue. What if the man dies while I use his money to solve another person's problem? I have conscience. So that's why I am pleading for support openly. If God touches you to help me get this family another accommodation, I will appreciate it. I know that times are hard. People are going through a lot. This is me using this platform to beg for help once again. To help her. In the past 3 years, after she had Bobo, their life has been moving until there was an increment in their rent. They were struggling to pay, saving up. Her mother fell sick and they had to use the money to save her. And the man couldn't wait for this money to be raised. He sent them out and we've begged. He is not listening. I leave everything in the hands of God. But all I know is that when you're in a position to show mercy and you don't show it, when you need mercy, God will keep it far away from you. He might be influential and have people that he can use to fight. But I know if I go to court with this issue, I'll win. Irrespective of the fact that they are owing, he should have obtained a court order. And I know that court will at least give them 3 months to leave the house. It is well. Thank you so much. So if God touches your heart, the account number on the screen is where you can send in your donations so that we'll pay for the for the place that we have gotten for them and move them out on time before anything will happen to those children. Even the place where they are is an uncompleted building where I have to beg for them to stay. It is well.